So there's a lot.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is the 2 minute of the hour.
It's your boy, Renette. Along with me is the one and only JB. What up, JB?
What up?
Today we got Nate. Nate, welcome to the bar, bro. Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me.
And the GOAT himself, Mr. Earl Robinson. Earl, appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me. Go Pack, go.
Let's go, man. Action pack. Championship games. Bucs, Packers, Bills, Chiefs. Earl, how did you wake up? How do you feel?
I'm excited, just like last week. I mean, you got to be a little bit nervous, right? It's the playoffs, but just happy to be here, ready to beat the Bucs by 3 scores. But we'll save that prediction for later.
Yep, it could be worse. You could be talking about sports on a live show when your team's sitting on the couch like the Cowboys and the Vikings.
And there's the first time we brought up the 2 teams.
Yeah, there you go. So you have to drink every time we bring up the Cowboys and Vikings, yeah?
Yeah, literally. I'd be drunk.
Nate is a Baltimore fan. I think
Still a little
we
salty
just
about last
found
week's
that out, right? You're low-key biggest Cowboy fan.
I mean, I'll admit I'm the big player, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that. And you're fucking consistent. You're a consistent troll on the Cowboys. But all right, man, let's get into it, JB. Let's talk about the Bills and the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes. From what they said, it was a nerve injury. It was kind of like a nerve injury. They hit the right nerve, and that's what caused him to have concussion-like symptoms. From what everybody's saying, Adam Scheffler this morning is he's basically almost 100%. But do you guys have any concerns with the way that they're approaching this?
Not really.
it's playoffs.
Yeah, like of course they got it. So did they go through the whole like protocol?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a concussion
every
protocol.
step,
So
yeah.
he's
They
cleared
treated
to play.
it like
so he's
a-
cleared to play.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be concerned with it. I mean, he was playing decent last week. I still haven't seen like Patrick Mahomes like from last year lately. So
Yeah.
like he's gonna have to outplay Josh Allen if the Chiefs want to win. I think.
I think he will. I think
It's gonna be close.
Josh Allen's a playmaker, but I mean, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Mahomes has so many more weapons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They're
mean,
both great quarterbacks, but that Chiefs offense is just stacked.
Well, yeah, and not only that, but the whole line too. You got to be careful to the big boys up front. Like Josh Allen doesn't have the same protection as Patrick Mahomes. I don't think.
but the good thing about both of them is that they're mobile, so that like kind of
Yeah.
covers up a decent line. You know,
I did read that Mahomes has turf toe. And
Yeah.
so that'll be interesting because Borber, like you're saying, like Mahomes is mobile and he likes to extend the like not that he's looking to run, but he likes to, move around in the pocket and can make plays down the field when he buys some time moving around. And that's that's a big piece of their offense. So to the extent that this turf toe kind of limits him, that's definitely going to be a disadvantage.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you don't realize how
I
much you
agree.
use your toes whenever.
You gotta cut. You gotta stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
I mean,
you
anything.
can't move the same. You
What-
can't
Yeah.
cut. You can't stop. You can't take off as fast. As you
I've never had turf toe, but I've had like
Yeah,
an
it
ingrown
sucks.
toenail,
Yeah.
and like that sucked.
Turf toe sucks. I get that on my big toe, and it's so hard to stop and go to just do anything.
From my
like
understanding
that.
is they adjusted his shoe, so they put like a metal plate so it stiffens it, so there's no bend on the shoe. And they're probably giving him some juice to get him through it. My only thing is
sure.
it doesn't really matter how much juice you got. When you get stepped on that toe,
Yeah.
which I'm assuming is going to happen, I would do it purposely if I'm playing them. Like when I tackle, I'm hitting that fucking toe.
Yeah.
Like, what if your lineman, I just get blocked?
Yeah, and a lot of the times when you're going for a handoff, sometimes
Yeah.
they're like anything can
That's
happen.
really all it's going to take to
Yeah,
re-aggravate
it's
it,
just
right?
random. Yeah.
You got to assume that it's going to get re-aggravated. At what point are we going to? I mean, and then you got to think about the offense that Andy Reid calls. It's a lot of it is utilized by him being able to get outside the pocket, like you're saying. And a lot of the big plays that we see from the Chiefs are because the pocket breaks down. And this is where I'll disagree with you is I actually think Buffalo's offensive line is better than the Chiefs. And the reason for that is when you see a lot of the big plays from Kansas City, it's from Patrick Mahomes creating it when the pocket breaks down. What's going to happen when that's not there? I said this last week with Logan Raider. What are the Chiefs without Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
What are the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes?
I mean, but
100%?
apparently, I mean, Chad Henne did his thing. Like he made the plays that
he threw a pick, and Cleveland blew it.
But you know the crazy part about that game is that Patrick Mahomes went out in the third quarter with 8 minutes left, 7 or 8 minutes left. Yeah. So they played a quarter and a half with Chad Henne, and like besides that awful pick that he threw,
possessions though, 3 or 4 possessions.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how slow the game.
Yeah. But I don't
want to do that time when he went out, right? Like Henne never put a scoring drive together. They got some first downs and won that game, but like I feel like it was more Baker choking and not being able to score than it was like Chad Henne coming in and like that offense rolling.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying like Chad Henne, if he plays this whole game, like they're going to be fine. No, like, I mean, he did what he had to do to get them to win. But I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like Chad Henne kind of held it down.
I mean, I just have to agree with Renee, like without.
Yeah. What are they?
What is the Chiefs? Like Allen has more receivers he can go to that are dangerous. I mean,
well, Chad Henne's got weapons too. It's just like you're Chad Henne. It's going to be Chad Henne versus Josh Allen at that point. Like you're going to take Josh Allen every time.
I'm looking at their injury report as of right now. Le'Veon Bell and Clyde Edwards-Helaire aren't looking like they're going to play. Sammy Watkins isn't going to play. They got a cornerback, Rashad Fenton, out. Excuse me. And Willie Gay, linebacker, also out. Not sure who the hell Willie Gay is, but if he's the top guy on their injury report, I'm assuming he's probably one of their
on the Chiefs, right?
On the defensive end. I mean,
he doesn't start.
To me, though, like
it's like Reggie Ragland.
They need all their pieces, though, and they're missing a cornerback and a linebacker at this point. The question for the Chiefs all year has been is can the defense show up? Last year, you said it over and over. The biggest question mark on Kansas City Chiefs is can they?
The thing is
stop.
Yeah, and the thing is about the Kansas City Chiefs, like we've seen this, like as we've grown up, like there's been like those type of defenses that they're not like great, like a stout defense, like we've seen the Ravens and all that. But like the way Steve Spagnuolo like calls defenses, it's like I'm blitzing, and then he's got a couple playmakers like Honey Badger, like a couple guys that can like they're optimistic defense, and sometimes you need that. Like there's been like like back in the day when Breeze and the Saints went to the Super Bowl, they had an optimistic defense. They weren't that great, but I mean they forced turnovers and they got to the quarterback. So like sometimes that's all you need when you have a great offense like the Chiefs do.
Yeah, 100%. Who do you think is going to be the playmaker
for the Chiefs?
Yeah, for the Chiefs.
Oh, man,
E-Rob, you could jump on after.
It's got to be. I think it's got to be like Travis Kelce, like making the plays, like the third down catches, all that stuff, keeping the drives alive. Especially like since they don't have a running game, that's gonna. I think a running. If you don't have your two best running backs,
they're going with Williams at this point.
Yeah, and Mahomes is hurt, so he's not as mobile. I think they want to try to get the ball out of Mahomes fast, and you do that by giving it to Tyreek and Travis Kelce. But I think Travis Kelce is going to extend the drives. He's going to have to make those clutch catches.
Borba, Earl, who's got to be the playmaker on Kansas City?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's got to be Kelce as well. And with that said, if I'm Buffalo, I'm putting Tre'Davious White on Travis Kelce, and then I'm gonna double team Tyreek Hill so he can't beat you deep. I think that Kelce's who you got to take away, and putting Tre'Davious White on him, their best corner, one of the best corners in the league, like that. That's probably the best move in my opinion. Because the Chiefs don't really run the ball anyway, so I'm not worried about having a corner in the box. Like I'm trying to shut Kelce down.
Nate, who do you think he's got?
I agree with that. I mean, Buffalo showed that they can stop the running game last week with Baltimore. I mean, they fucking held Baltimore to little to nothing. They held it 3 points. So I agree. Kelsey's gonna have to make plays, and if Kansas City wants to, I mean, they can try to run it, but they're not that great at running the ball. I agree.
Yeah.
Especially without their top 2 running backs if they're both out.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to go on the other side of the ball. I think we have to see a big game from the Honey Badger. He's got to be able. It's going to come down to why did the Buffalo Bills bring in Stephon Diggs, and it's to create the big plays. Can Stephon Diggs get down the field And if you watched last week, the Honey Badger gets comfortable coming to the line. So what's going to happen when Stephon Diggs gets that break up the field? Can Matthews does he have that comeback speed? When he gets beat, can he make that big play? I think it's going to come down to a big play from the Honey Badger. Either he gets it done or he doesn't.
I could see Diggs just mossing anyone on that team today.
Yeah.
Like just making a great catch downfield. I could see that happening easily. He's done that so many times. But Honey Badger, he's going to make a play somehow, whether it's up on the line in the box or playing back deep. Like Josh Allen still – I've been saying it all along. Yeah, Josh Allen's had a great year, but he's not the most accurate quarterback, especially downfield. He's got a lot of overthrows and stuff like that. So you got to take advantage of that somehow. You know,
he did throw overthrow.
Me and you did. Yeah, we had a little back and forth. Over this. My in Josh Allen's defense, the wind was blowing 25 miles an hour. Like you try to throw the ball down the field, because, especially when you're throwing down the field, and you got to understand that Josh Allen is. I mean, he's it's like Aaron Rodgers. He's got that kind of touch.
You can see the way that he's throwing the ball. He's just slicing it through the wind, though. Like it's different.
But that's him adjusting to the weather. You can't really like last week and the week before. The thing for Buffalo, this is what people are I think are forgetting. Buffalo has played the two top 5 defenses the last 2 weeks in the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens, I believe, are number 1 in total defense.
I think the Rams were number 1 in total defense.
Okay, and Packers shredded that shit, but we'll get there in a little bit.
I'm just saying, Jesus.
So number 2. So you go number 2. But anyways, top 5. You go Colts and Baltimore.
Yeah,
and they almost made them look mediocre, really. Baltimore, the exception, but the weather played a factor in that 100%. Yeah. Winds blowing 25 miles per hour. Other than that, when the game started in that first drive, when they were just, bringing down, and you were like, holy shit. That's the Buffalo team that we're probably going to see today. And they're shredding top 5 defenses. Yeah. This defense they're playing today is ranked 17, 23. Against the pass.
That's what I'm saying.
Against a team that throws 75% of the time. They drop back 75% of the time. Last time we saw that was last year. Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl at 73% of the time. These guys air it out. But this is what I told you last week. I said, if Buffalo doesn't start running the ball, even if it doesn't have to be like they don't have to run for 100 plus.
Honest.
Yeah. You got to
sprinkle in the run.
Exactly. Singletary's got to have a good game today. But for me, I think, and you guys go ahead and add on to this. I think today's biggest game. You guys were saying Travis Kelce. I think Cole Beasley has to have a big game. He
didn't give us the Bills side yet.
Yeah. What was that?
You didn't give us the Bills playmaker yet. Like, who do we think?
It's Cole Beasley. For me, it's Cole Beasley.
Okay.
I think Cole Beasley. The same thing you guys said about Travis Kelce. To me, it's Cole Beasley. He has to be able to move the sticks. He was nowhere to be seen last week. There was a wanted sign for him. Nobody knew where the hell he was. 0 yards, 0 receptions, looking like fucking Michael Thomas, overpaid. Show up today.
Overpaid.
Ball out.
It's Cole Beasley.
Nah. Sorry, that was a shot at Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
But
I got to restructure him.
Yeah, it's going to come down to Cole Beasley. What do you think, Nate? If Buffalo is going to win, who's got to ball out?
I mean, you just got to have Josh Allen make plays. He's got to step up. I mean, you can have the best receivers in the game who are there running around open all the time, but you don't have someone who can get him the ball effectively. It doesn't no good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Josh Allen's got to outperform Patrick Mahomes, and then I was gonna say that whole defensive front, like Jerry Hughes, all those guys, they got to get after Patrick Mahomes today, especially since he's not 100% with the turf toe and all that. And then I'm going Diggs all the way. I expect him to make two.
Are you sucking him off?
Oh yeah, those 2 or 3. You guys suck off Aaron Rodgers.
It's okay.
I can.
It's okay. I'm telling you to do it. I
want Stephon Diggs to get a ring this year. So I expect like 2 or 3 big plays.
I didn't want to put you on the spot, but I almost clipped the hatred, the slander that you put on Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I was mad at first, but I mean, why not? At least somebody that's a former Viking is going to get a ring, maybe.
Love it.
He's right there in a great position.
Borba, I just want you to embrace that this man gave you the biggest moment in sports history for a Minnesota Vikings fan. So embrace it. Embrace it.
Yeah.
The 2, you got Coach of the Year, and you got maybe Offensive Player of the Year if Aaron Rodgers wasn't in the league, and Stephon Diggs, and they're both not on the Minnesota Vikings anymore. I feel bad for you. You got Stefanski, and you got Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. But hey, that's why I'm going. He's gonna be a playmaker today, though.
E-Rob, what do the Bills got to do? Who's got to ball out today?
I don't like going last because you guys took everybody I was going to say already. So I'm gonna mix it up, and I'm gonna go the Bills safeties, Micah Hyde and Jordan Pryor. Don't get beat deep. Like you can't give up the big play to Tyreek Hill and what's his name, Hardman. Like the Chiefs have so much speed, you got to keep them in front of you because I think that the Bills are going to be able to score. So it's going to come down to a shootout, and can the Bills get 1 or 2 stops that then their offense goes and scores and they take a lead.
Yeah.
So don't get beat deep. Simple.
They got one of the best safety combos in the league.
Isn't going to be able to throw as like look, Lamar Jackson is inaccurate as but that pick 6 he threw in the end zone, that shit broke my heart. But I mean, their defense did not step up like Earl said. I agree.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson proved my point last week.
Well, yeah, it's like I told you, it's not hard to stop the running game if that's all.
That's all you got. Yeah, you got 5 plays and it's all QB draws.
That's why I think. Yeah.
1 week on focus on how to stop the run.
Yeah.
You can't go.
I think this, but I want to get y'all's guys' opinion. I think that this Buffalo's defense. I don't know if I'm just sucking off Buffalo, but I think that this Buffalo's defense is probably one of the most underrated defenses in the league. Well, I mean, you're talking about 2 of the top corners. In White, and then you still got Norman on the other side, and then Hyde as a safety. They got linebackers, Edmonds, who can get side to side. They can put some pressure on the quarterback. We just haven't really seen them at their full potential.
They weren't clicking earlier in the year.
You almost get the vibe, right? That it's starting to it's starting to move along. Mm-hmm. So, do you guys feel like this is underrated defense, or I mean, what are we overlooking on Buffalo? Why are people picking the Chiefs? Is it slowly on the fact that they have Patrick Mahomes?
It's got to be Mahomes at this point.
Is that all it is, Earl?
Yeah, I mean, nobody's stopped the Chiefs yet. Like, you got to pick them. They're the reigning champs. Like, nobody has stopped their offense except for themselves. So until somebody comes in and stops them, like, I don't know why you wouldn't pick them.
Who wins?
I'm taking Buffalo. I think that Mahomes being probably less than 100% is ultimately the deciding factor.
Yeah.
Who wins?
I'm going to pick Buffalo.
Whoa.
I'm going to pick Buffalo. It's going to be a shootout, but I'm going for Diggs and all those guys.
Say it.
Buffalo, baby. Stephon Diggs. Bringing a miracle to the Bills Mafia.
Hey, what did you say at the beginning of the season? The unluckiest team of all time.
The Bills.
That's what you said.
Literally. I didn't know who'd you want me to answer that.
No. I'm saying I was quoting you.
Yeah. I mean, the Bills are one of the most unluckiest teams.
And Stephon Diggs is there to change momentum. He's their Jesus. Who wins?
Crazy.
Kansas City.
How about on a bet like you did betting on a bet last night?
Jeez.
Dude, I freaking was going to bet on Poirier.
I lost people money.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I'd like to apologize for anybody that listened to my dumbass last night. Sorry.
We were all listening.
Let's win some fucking money today. Let's win some money, though.
Venmo request you for the money that you lost us?
What?
Can we Venmo request you for the money that you lost us?
Yeah, I sent it. I'm going Buffalo.
That's not good.
I think this defense is underrated. I think Patrick Mahomes is overrated, but I'm not saying he's trash. But he was put in probably the best position that you could ever be put in as a quarterback. You got elite wide receivers, you got an elite running game. You have the coach of all coaches. I mean, he's an offensive weapon in himself. You got to stop sucking him off at some point. Patrick Mahomes is going to have to create the biggest plays. He's gotten lucky. Patrick Mahomes has gotten lucky, bro. This guy should have been picked off multiple times. We got to stop sucking him off. Bills win today. Bills Mafia.
Aaron Rodgers.
Throat's already. Aaron Rodgers is already in my throat,
man. I agree with not a 100% Patrick Mahomes. Like, this is the Bills. Like, they got a perfect opportunity. The Browns couldn't capitalize last week on a perfect opportunity. I think the Bills will this week, even with Mahomes in the game. Just not 100%. All right,
let's move on. I fucking dragged this shit out with the Bills and the Bills and the Chiefs. But let's go. Yeah. We got Packers, Bucs. This is big. E-Rob, break it down for us. What do the Packers got to do to win today? And don't give me that I'm nervous bullshit. Have some enthusiasm in that voice.
It's simple. They got to run the football. Got to be able to run the football between the tackles and get some hats on Levante David and Devin White, because week 6, those 2 middle linebackers crushed us. And I think it's a whole different game, but we got to be able to run the football. So I think the key number here is 150 rushing yards by the combo of the Packers' 3 running backs. And I'm getting that number from a prop bet that I took, and Renee's going to half with me. He doesn't know that yet, but Packers are going to run for 150 plus rushing yards, and we're going to hit this prop bet. And as long as we can run the ball, then linebackers can't just blitz, and we'll get the play action game going. And I think our defense will be able to get a few stops, and that'll be the difference.
To carry off on that, do you think you guys need to what are you looking at for time of possession wise? Do you think you need to win the time of possession?
Yeah, I mean, generally, if you're running the football effectively, you're going to win time of possession. So, as long as we're not going 3 and out, right? I don't think we have to dominate time of possession, but we've got to run the football, and we can't just go 3 and out and give Brady 15 possessions, because I think we'll get some stops, but you're not gonna stop this offense 15 times if we're continuing to go 3 and out.
And you just can't give Brady the time, because Brady will make shit happen.
Yeah.
Yep. And then flip side of that, you got to get pressure on Brady.
Yeah, it's got to be up the middle. I said this last week, and a lot of people got butthurt. If you get Brady outside the pocket, he's below average. He's a below average quarterback.
But it's having having to get him outside the pocket, though. I understand that that's also difficult to get him outside the pocket, but you got to bring pressure up the middle. We saw it in week 6, pressure up the middle. When you were talking about week 6. I know you were just being a troll, because I know you don't believe in. I know you don't believe that week 6 is going to matter coming to this game. But the reality is, the way the Packers started that game, they were putting it on Tampa Bay. Momentum shift after Aaron Rodgers threw that pick, but
2 picks.
But momentum shifted after that first one. It was almost like you kind of saw everything starting to fall apart. Tom Brady is below average if you get him outside the pocket. He's going to show us that today. I guarantee it. This guy's going to be forced to get outside the pocket and make a throw. Can he get it done?
Tom Brady.
What did someone comment
Can
on
he
it?
get it done?
Oh, you don't say get Tom Brady out. Somebody made that comment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
They're being a smart.
Obviously, I was being a smart. I mean, obviously, I was trying to trigger some people. So if you got triggered, that's cool. Is Tom Brady the GOAT? I think that's a good argument that anybody can make. If you're looking at rings, he's obviously the GOAT. If you're looking skill-wise, I don't think he's the best athlete quarterback in the NFL that we've ever seen. I mean, there's another guy across the field. His name is Aaron motherfucking Rodgers. Just saying. But whoever's watching the show right now, let's remember that Tampa Bay, they just reported that their starting safety is out for the game. That's big. Antonio Brown is out this week for the game.
Who's their safety? Not Antonio.
Winfield.
Oh, is
it?
Out. Aw. Well, that sucks.
That's a game changer, huh? Or it was like, damn, I was about to eat him.
I mean, Winfield's good, but it's not like losing. It's not like losing Devin White.
Yeah, for sure. And they got their DT back, right?
Vita Vea.
Yeah. Probably their best tackler, game changer.
He's a good run stuffer.
Is he 100%? I saw this tweet that said everybody's getting nervous about a 350-pounder that just ruptured his Achilles or some shit like that coming back. Do you guys really think he's going to be 100%? I actually thought it was the most accurate shit I've heard all week. 300-pounder.
Never know.
Torn Achilles.
What the fucked up Achilles coming back? How effective is he really going to be?
I mean, obviously, he's they wouldn't put him on the field if he wasn't.
I mean, they would.
I mean, we talked about this earlier.
Patrick Mahomes played this weekend.
Hasn't he been out the whole season?
Yeah, he was on
IR the whole season.
But when you got to remember, I've never ruptured my Achilles, but I'm just saying, when you rupture your Achilles, I mean, is there really that much conditioning that you can actually do, though?
When we're talking about that ankle, it's the technology we have.
Yeah, it's much more advanced. But when you're talking, but it's hard. It's hard to compare that though, because we're not going to see that until a whole year and a half. This guy literally was on IR for 7 weeks.
I mean, I think the issue is conditioning. He could be 100%, but like you're a big run stuffing defensive tackle. Like, how can you actually play your normal 50 snaps a game and be effective? Probably not. But they can put him in, 20 snaps, and I think he's definitely an upgrade over who he replaced when he was out.
Yeah, for sure. Like, put him in on first downs just to, be someone up front to try to stop that run game. Like, you don't need him like that.
Yeah.
He's not a pass rushing type of defensive tackle.
He's a run stopper.
He's a run stopper.
And like he said, you're going to assume, I mean, I'm making the assumption too that Aaron Jones has to ball out. I mean, he's not only playing in the NFC Championship, but he's also playing for a couple million to add, a couple zeros to add to that bank account. So it's hard to think that this guy's not gonna ball out today. I don't know if it's just.
I expect the rookie. What is it, Dylan? Dillard?
Dylan.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he popped off a few good runs.
It's cold out there. 29 degrees.
He's the hammer back. Like, I agree. I think he's got to get some touches, but he also got injured last week, so got to see how healthy his quad is.
Yeah, if he's feeling good, I would put a lot of Aaron Jones and a lot of AJ Dillon out there. I would put those two guys.
He did that against the Rams a decent amount, have them both on the field at the same time. So hoping to see that again because Jones is such a dangerous pass catcher too.
Yeah, he's good out the backfield.
Well, Nate, let's start with you. What do the Bucs got to do to win this game? I know I'm sucking off the Packers here, but
I mean, I feel like I'm not giving Tom Brady enough credit. I mean, he swapped fucking complete divisions, and he still took a team that's never made it this far in a while they made it to the championship, the NFC Championship. You're not giving him enough credit. I mean, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, but he swapped teams, an elite team being at the Patriots, and he took another team from nothing to all the way up. So Tom Brady just got to do what he keeps doing. He's made an offense happen, and he's got to throw the ball, and he'll be fine.
Yeah, I am putting some slander on Tom Brady, huh?
Yeah, you're not giving him enough credit.
Yeah, I'm putting some slander
on him.
I couldn't understand. I agree with you. When you get him out of the pocket, he's not great. When you start, you get pressure on him and he gets sacked, he gets pissed off and he ain't worth the shit.
Yeah, yep.
But what quarterback likes being thrown on the fucking ground by a 350-pound lineman?
No, yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree. I am putting a lot of slander on him, but I mean, let's not act like he just went to Tampa Bay and nobody was there and he just completely changed the organization. I mean, you got Mike Evans, you got Chris Godwin, you got Gronkowski, they had Howard at the beginning of the year. I mean, this shit was loaded. They restructured the offensive line for this man, and that defense last year was also ranked top 10. Yeah, but that defense alone last year was top 5 in the league. We're seeing it now. They're winning these games because of their defense. There's no way in hell that I'm going to sit here and say we're winning these games because of Tom Brady, because I'd be lying to everybody.
Okay, so do you think right now that Bucs offense, like we've seen the best of them, or do you still think they're still trying to figure things out?
I don't know if they're trying to figure – I'm not – offensively, no. I just don't think they're – I think we're overhyping it. Our expectations is a Patrick Mahomes Chiefs offense from the type of weapons that they have, because they definitely can do that. But everybody's trying to suck off Tom Brady that he's this great. He's the greatest ever. Sure, he was. Guy's 40-something years old. He's not as fast. I mean, sure, he can make the reads. Hey, I'm hating. You asked me a question. But I don't. No, I just don't.
He's never been fast. You run faster than him.
But what you've always said, what Tom Brady does, the way he runs his offense is getting rid of the ball quickly.
Yeah.
This offense is different because these
that's
guys.
What I'm saying. That's why.
But these playmakers that they have are guys that make plays down the field.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, it's kind of like, you know what I mean, like. Tom Brady's like, yo, slant. Let's move it down the field. And these guys are like, yo, give me a goddamn 20-yarder. I'm open.
Yeah, you got to find the even keel. The even keel. I guess that's what it is.
Yeah, I guess I'm contradicting myself here.
So that's why I don't think this offense has really clicked yet. Like been consistent and making big plays, because I don't think everybody's quite on the same. Like the coaching staff, Bruce Arians kind of has his offense. Tom Brady has his offensive mind that he's worked with for so long. So that's why I think they haven't really hit their stride yet. Will they? I don't know, but I'm sure next year it would probably be better. It'd be more consistent, but I don't know.
What do they got to do? What do they got to do to win?
What do they got to do to win? Keep Tom Brady clean. Get the ball. Mix up the offense a little bit. Get the ground game going too. Like that's what they did the first time they played the Packers, and that's kind of been the Packers. If the Packers can't stop the run game, it kind of opens up their defense. Like it shows like some weaknesses. So if you can get the run game going, then you can get everything else going after that. But I think you got to keep Tom Brady upright. I mean, he's got to be accurate. Everybody's got to be on the same page, and that's what we haven't seen consistently kind of all year with the Bucs is off page. Tom Brady's throwing this ball when the receiver's not on the same page with him, so he gets picked off. Like he just doesn't look good in certain situations. So if everything is clean and efficient today, like it's gonna be a close, like a tough game.
Yeah.
So I'm going that offense. I think the defense is gonna get some stops. Like I think both teams are gonna be able to get stops. Maybe force a turnover or two. We'll see. I think the more efficient offense is kind of going to get the job done. Run the ball, kind of control the clock, keep the chains moving, get your points, and then I mean it's kind of got to be like that for both. Side. Yeah, you got to be efficient. I'm sure, like, you just got to be efficient. Both offenses got to be efficient.
Yeah, E-Rob, what makes you nervous about playing the Buccaneers?
I mean, it's their defense for sure. Like, kind of like what you're getting at. Like, you're hating on Brady a little bit, and I agree. Like, he's not the reason that they are where they are. Like it's their defense. Their defense is what beat the Saints. Like the Saints honestly should have beat the Bucs, but Drew Brees threw 3 interceptions. I think 2 of those in the fourth quarter. Like Jared Cook fumbled that over the middle where they had a drive to go take the lead. Like their defense is playing lights out. So that's definitely what scares me is like we can't turn the ball over. If we didn't turn the ball over the first time we played them, I think that would have been a completely different game. So, protecting Rodgers, being able to run the football and just ball security, like that's the most critical part of a playoff game.
Yeah, I'm putting some slander on him, but I'm not saying he's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, I think he's good. I think he's great. I think he's definitely one of the best that's ever played the game. But I think he's also overhyped. I think people look past the fact that these games have been won by their defense, and they just go, "Oh, Tom Brady won us that game." That annoys the shit out of me.
I mean,
but has Tom Brady?
They lose, who do they blame it on? They don't fucking blame it on the defense. Quarterback takes it.
I mean,
like whenever, any team loses, this fucking quarterback fucking lost. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, literally.
You don't
get so much hate.
Or linemen until it's proven. But like when they lose or they win, Tom Brady went on.
Yeah,
he went on for so many.
You got to remember.
Yeah. I get you.
All of Tom Brady's Super Bowl games weren't like. He didn't have good stats. I mean, his best game was against the Eagles when he had over 500 yards, and then they lost. Tom Brady's never had a really solid Super Bowl performance. And
that's how it should be. You have defense for that reason.
But they have Adam Vinatieri. So does that make Tom Brady the GOAT?
Tom Brady did what he had to do the last minute, though. So like,
get him to the 50-yard line. I mean, we're talking about Adam Vinatieri hitting 54s, 55s, 53s. But that's the GOAT. I'm confused.
I mean, Brady's the most accomplished quarterback. You can't take that away from him. I agree. Yeah. He's not the best physically talented quarterback ever. Like honestly, that's probably
such
Rodgers, Mahomes. Like I hate to put Mahomes in that conversation so early, but like how can you not? But you still can't take away the fact that Brady has 6 rings. This will be his 14th championship Sunday to play in. Like it's impressive. I agree. A lot of it was his defense, but I mean, he also doesn't lose games. And that's a big part of playing the quarterback position. Like he's not Jimmy Garoppolo where he's going to go out there and just hand the ball off 30 times, but like he's also not going to throw a pick that loses the game for you.
I agree. And that's why he's been so effective. I mean, and when his number's called, in the last minute and a half, 2 minutes of a game, I don't want to be going up against Tom Brady. Like, do you want to be going up against Tom Brady in the last 2 minutes? No. Like, I don't think too many people want Tom Brady in the last minute to have the ball.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is the same. No, not many people want to go against Aaron Rodgers in the last 2 minutes either. Because it makes shit happen.
Yeah,
there's just certain quarterbacks.
Fan. He's ruined my life.
There's just
They're both. They're both good quarterbacks. It's a very good shootout.
So that's why I mean, shoot. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's. Game starts in 30 minutes, 37 minutes to be exact. Me and you got some money riding on this here, Nate. We got money on both games here. E-Rob, you gave us your prop bet. Is there any other bet outside of just the money line or the spread that you want to give anybody advice on?
No, I won't mention my other prop bets. I don't want to jinx them.
All right, well, let's start off with JB. Who's winning? And throw us a little score.
I'm going Bucs. Close
Surprising.
game. Yeah, surprise. I've been going against the Packers the whole time. But I don't know. I think Tom Brady, the defense, gets a couple stops, gets a couple turnovers. They they do what the Packers were trying to do. I think they just come out more physical. I've been saying it. If they get the run game going against the Packers defense like that, you can get kind of shredded. You can kind of shred their defense up. Kind of, but I still expect it to be close. 33-28. Aaron Rodgers gets the ball with a minute left, gets stopped. They have a chance to win the game at the end.
You hate him so bad. You hate him so bad.
That's better than the Vikings winning the Super Bowl for Borba right there. That's what he dreams about.
Nate, what we got? Who's winning? Give us a score.
Taking the Bucs, dude. It's just I feel like Tom Brady has a lot to prove with it, and I'm saying 27-30.
27-30.
Bucs by 3.
That's a good one.
E-Rob, I know who you're picking, but say it loud for the people on the back.
Packers, just a different team at home. Like Aaron Rodgers just plays so much better at Lambeau. He always has. I'm going Packers 34-20.
Oh, he's confident.
I think it'll be a close game, but I think we'll score, like last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, and that'll make it a 2-score game.
Oh, we got to go. Vikings are the only team that Packers at Lambeau this year.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut from time to time, Borba.
Okay.
Here, Nate, hold this. Is it facing you? All right, man.
I'm not in this.
I did this last week, Borba, and I got to continue to do it again, okay?
Hey, I see you got more than
man
a
out there. Huh? Okay. There's a man out there on the other side, JB. He goes by the name of Aaron the GOAT Rodgers. He's not letting us down last week, and he's not letting us down today. It's cold, but it don't matter. Packers.
I got money on this game too, by the way.
By 10.
Report on you.
Let's go. What do we want? What do we want? Packers by 10. Over short. Get it over my head. Let's go. Ah! Let's go. This is speaking out loud. Packers by 10, baby. Let's get money.
Let's go.
Baby, let's go.
Go, Pack,
Let's
go.
Bucs.
All right.
E-Rob, appreciate you, bro.
Renee, that's good shit. I like that you had more than 4 ice cubes in it this time.